I'm in my new recording space, which is also my master bathroom. We've been in our new space for about a month. We moved just outside of Seattle in one of their mini suburbs. And eventually, so you can see, I'm trying hard for you not to see like my toilet situation because nobody wants to see that. But you can see my Mario shower curtain back there. But eventually I think that I do want to get a backdrop that I can kind of wheel behind me. My master closet is there, so I think I can kind of store it on there if it's on wheels. So I'm just figuring out my setup, but so it'll look better, I think, eventually once I kind of play with it a little bit. But I saw in my YouTube feed yesterday that they have released the Batman teaser trailer. And when I first saw it, I thought, like another Batman movie, because they have been making them since before I was born. And I thought, how many times can you do the same story? How many times can you put new actors in the same characters? But I actually was one of the people that thought that Robert Pattinson was a good idea for if you're going to bring back Batman. I thought he was a good choice. So I clicked on the trailer, and in the beginning of it, you start to hear Nirvana's Something in the Way, and I started getting goosebumps. And then I scrolled down in the comments and I saw that people were saying that Paul Dano was going to be the Riddler. And I first saw him in There Will Be Blood. I took a cinema appreciation class a long time ago, and that was one of the movies that we had to watch. And I introduced it to Danny, and he also really liked the movie. And this guy has a reputation of being a really good actor, a serious actor. So the last time we saw somebody portray the Riddler was Jim Carrey, and it was a lot more of a comedic, like dark comedy kind of role. And obviously by the tone of the trailer, this portrayal is going to be a lot darker. I was reading some articles just to see what people were saying about what Paul Dano was going to be doing with the role, and I think the director was saying no one has ever seen a performance like this, and it's supposed to be very impressive. So as much as I think that Robert Pattinson is going to do a good job as Batman, I think that Paul Dano will probably steal the show. You hear his voice, and I never would have guessed it was him just because it's so deep, but I think that it is altered in some way, like disguised in a way, made to sound deeper. And then you do get a glimpse at who I guess is the Riddler in the beginning when he's taping up somebody's face, and but he's all covered. He has a mask, goggles, everything, not like what you would think the Riddler would look like. So I don't know if that will change later in the movie. I'm assuming it will. But you don't get to see so much of the Riddler as you get to hear the Riddler. So I'm pretty excited about that. I also came to the harsh realization that the main characters for Batman movies are now my age. Robert Pattinson was born in May of 1986. I was also born in May of 1986. Paul Dano was born in 1984. They also have Zoe Kravitz, who's going to be playing Catwoman, and I believe she's around my age as well, probably a little bit younger. But Colin Farrell is supposed to be playing Penguin, which that'll be interesting. I can only think of Danny DeVito from Batman Returns as the Penguin, and that was pretty grotesque. Also an interesting connection is, so Maggie Gyllenhaal was in the second Dark Knight installment of the trilogy of Christopher Nolan's trilogy, and her husband, Peter Sarsgaard, is supposed to be playing a district attorney, I believe, in this movie. So that's an interesting connection. And for whatever reason, I always thought that Jake Gyllenhaal would be Batman. I remember a long time ago when they were doing the Kirsten Dunst Spider-Man movies with Tobey Maguire that he wanted to be Spider-Man, or that there was rumors that he was going to fill in as Spider-Man in a sequel. Obviously, he never did that, but then he wound up like later on when they reimagined Spider-Man yet again, and Tom Holland played Spider-Man, which I never saw any of those movies. I had zero interest in seeing those. I did see the Kirsten Dunst, Tobey Maguire ones back in the day, but they didn't interest me enough to watch more than once. But I thought I had heard that Jake Gyllenhaal wanted to be Batman, but he played a character in some of the most recent Spider-Man movies. So I think probably if I haven't really been into Superman or superhero movies in a while, the last one I probably saw was Wonder Woman in theaters, and that was really good. I probably will see the next Wonder Woman movie. But I think just growing up on the Tim Burton Batman movies, those are still my favorite, and I would say Batman is probably my favorite superhero, because I just like Gotham, and I like the dark feel or the dark tone of those movies. I just typically like the look of them better. Of course, I do still have a special place in my heart for the Christopher Reeve Superman movies, because I also grew up on those. And then when Henry Cavill became Superman, I actually liked the first Superman movie. Dane and I went to go see that in theaters, and then actually in 2006, when Dane and I had our first date, we went to go see the Brandon Routh Superman movie, which I don't think did very well. So I don't know. I mean, they have been making these superhero movies since before I was born, and I guess they're gonna be making them long after I'm gone. The trailer, so it's a teaser trailer, so it's not coming out anytime soon. From what I read, they've only filmed 25% of the movie, and it's supposed to resume filming beginning of September. So right now it's August, so beginning of September it's supposed to resume filming, and obviously they had to postpone the filming because of the coronavirus this year. Everything had to shut down. So it's supposed to come out, I think it was initially supposed to come out in summer of 2021, but now it's set for October of 2021. So regardless if there's a pandemic or not at the time, I don't think we're going to be seeing it in theaters, just because Vivi will be 2 by then, and I think still a little young for us to actually be able to sit and watch a movie without having to exit the theater for a meltdown or whatever. So I probably won't be doing my review until it is actually where you can view it at home. But I am excited to see it. It's not very often that I get excited for new movies. I feel like very rarely does something come out that I really need to see. I get stuck in a route of watching the same stuff over and over and old stuff, but I'm actually finding some inspiration because on Amazon, under the recommended movies, there's actually a lot of classic ones I haven't seen, plus some newer ones that I think I'll give a shot. I'm starting to warm up to newer viewing experiences. I decided to do this trailer reaction video because apparently that's a thing in my news feed, along with the actual trailer for Batman. Some people that I subscribed to after I did my Unsolved Mysteries review video, I started watching other Unsolved Mysteries review videos and found some people that I liked the way that they reviewed things, so I subscribed to them. And those people did trailer reactions, and I was showing Danny the trailer to Batman last night, and he said that I should do one of these. I was only intending on reviewing the movie when it actually came out, so I'm doing a trailer review video, and I've watched the trailer 10 times. I think that it's gonna be good. I hope I'm not disappointed, but I'm excited for the movie, and the trailer was really good. So if you haven't seen the trailer, and you grew up on Batman and have any interest at all, I think you should watch it. And if you didn't like Robert Pattinson as the new choice for Batman, according to the comments, people that weren't into it are actually kind of a little bit more convinced now that he can do a good job. So give it a watch, and let me know if you liked it. Let me know if you didn't like it, what your thoughts are on the Batman coming back. And I'll see you in my next video. I'm actually recording a couple more. They might not, if you liked this video, the next ones may or may not be your style. I'm going to be recording a video on our slightly nightmarish move out to the suburbs. We had to call 911 at the start, so if that interests you, you may like that. But then the next video is going to be an unboxing for our baby subscription box, Love Every. So my channel varies. I have a lot of interests. I have a lot of things that I like to talk about and show. So some of them may be your style, some of them might not. But I'll see you in whatever video you decide to click on next.